serious reactions on this trending case of detaining and charging minors to court, that some of them were even fainting during court proceedings. Now, because of that, the government and the president have received serious backlash from different people, both inside the country and outside. Though now I'm hearing one alleged news that the president has given directives to release those minors, though I've never confirmed them. But I really want you to take this reaction from Rufai and Dr. Abati concerning that case. And another interesting news where Peter Obi said that if he is the one in charge, that he really want to change night vigil to night shift. But many people misunderstood what he was trying to say, and because of that, he has been receiving backlash from people. Now, Rufai Oseni and Dr. Abati also reacted to that. That is very much interesting. Now, I'm going to allow you to listen to this reaction. And of course, as you are listening to it, make sure you are sharing, and also do well to subscribe to my channel for more updates. On your notification button because more videos go there. And I'll be back. Let's go there.
Kayode Egbetukun said that the fainting of the 6 suspects in court before their arraignment was a deliberate act scripted to attract negative attention. Vimbai, you saw that video.
Yeah.
90 days. These people were showing that they were malnourished, right? You saw that. Yeah. And some of them were asking for cookies, biscuits in court. Completely unacceptable incident that occurred. I mean, I know that, there's been outrage from different parts of Nigeria. Let me take NBA's position on the detained minors. They said, this does not make us look good at all. It makes the credence of our correctional facilities and our pre-trial detention condition questionable and deplorable and portrays a negative image of us in the international community. Another Twitter user, Ahmad, wrote, enough is enough. People are not just suffering from economic failure. They are being oppressed, silenced, and ignored. This assault on basic rights and dignity must end now. The world needs to see what we're enduring. We won't be silent. Hashtag Nigeria bleeds. End oppression. I'm glad that Nigerians are talking about this incident because, a lot of people say Nigerians are complacent, but this really got me over the weekend. I saw a lot of reactions, but also the newly designated Minister of Women Affairs, Iman Sulaiman Ibrahim, over the weekend expressed deep concern over the detention of the minors. The minister visited the minors at the detention facility and said that the ministry is working with authorities to expedite their cases in juvenile courts and ensure proper care. Over to you.
So, OG, according to the statistics, only 13%, that's 13% of children who are detained in Nigeria report that they are well fed. Only 12.9% report that they were given adequate materials for personal hygiene and clothing. So, you look at it, this highlights a systemic failure that is going on and on. Let's also not forget that 10 million naira bail per person for each of these helpless young children was set.
Of anything like
and I saw one of the commentators saying that these children don't even look like they can afford 10,000 naira bail each. So how can you put 10 million naira bail on each of them? So this whole thing has just been, it is disgusting, to say the least, to observe how this situation has been managed. And even with all the outrage over the weekend, I thought more would have happened than, bring the case file. I saw an interview over the weekend where someone was saying, when bandits return children that they've kidnapped, they look healthier than how these children look after 90 days in our own detention centers, which is just deplorable.
Absolutely. Dr. Bati, what is going on here? Okay, what does the law stipulate for us?
Very quickly, I'll just summarize. One, this is an abuse of prosecutorial powers on the part of the police. The police is saying they are quoting the Terrorism Prohibition and Prevention Act. They are quoting Treasonable Felony Act and all of that. Look, I don't see how justice will be done by intimidating and victimizing children, young persons, who are simply saying, look, there is bad governance and we are hungry and we deserve better. Number two is that the rights of these children and even the adults among them have been violated. The law is very clear. You mentioned the Child Rights Act of 2003. Under the Child Rights Act, all the rights that are enjoyed by adults are also to be enjoyed by children. The right to the dignity of the human person, Section 34 of the 1999 Constitution. The right to fair hearing, 35 and 36 of the Constitution. The right to freedom of expression, Section 39 of the 1999 Constitution. The right to the freedom of assembly, Section 40 of the Constitution. All these rights have been violated.
Yeah.
Now, they were even detained for 97 days. The law says under Section 35 that you cannot be detained beyond 48, maximum 72 hours. And then the Child Rights Act is very specific. You don't detain minors in the same place with adults. You don't treat them in an unfair manner. You have to make sure that they have access to good care, food, medical care, and all of that. You also have to make sure that the ones that are below the age of 14, below the age of 14 is what the Children and Young Persons Act says, that they are kept in a bostel, in a remand home, and that they go to the juvenile court. All of these have been violated. What is the solution? Mazi Afamosigwe, NBA president, Femi Falana, SAN, the Minister of Women Affairs, who is set up, and also this morning, they've also all given us indications of how this matter should be resolved. To wit, the Attorney General of the Federation has a responsibility to invoke his powers under Section 174 and 211 of the 1999 Constitution to say that these children should just be released for everybody to have peace and to see that justice has been done. It must not be a crime in Nigeria for somebody to say, I am hungry.
That is it.
How can that amount to a crime? And then Inibe also made the point that does it mean that the government of Nigeria is afraid of children?
That's a question.
And these children that have been given a bail of 10 million naira each, when adults who are confirmed criminals, even in the eyes of the law or the right-thinking members of society commit offense, they are asked to come and pay 500,000 naira.
All right.
Who is that man who misbehaved the other day? The bail they gave him was 500,000 naira. But minors, they said they should come and pay 10 million naira each. That's Nigeria. I don't want to mention the man's name, but you know him, that big man who was saying, do you know who I am?
All right. Dr. Bati,
I don't know his name. I don't want to mention his name.
I do not believe that a day will come, Rufai, Vimbai, Dr. Bati, that I will see the time where minors, protesters are being charged for treason. I can't believe it. Please, let our minors go. We'll take another story. Former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi has been trending after stating in a series of clips released over the weekend that Nigeria's struggles with poverty and unproductivity stem from prioritizing politics and religious activities over nation building and economic development. Peter Obi suggested that night vigils should be replaced with night shifts to increase the country's productivity, adding that poverty knows no tribe.
Let's talk about what is happening today. Rice is 100,000 naira. We're not even sure where we're going to be with this situation. He's our turn. He's a Yoruba man. Ask the people in Ogun here, is there any place you will buy bread cheaper? So I can follow you this night and buy one. We live largely in a very unproductive society. That's why the only thing that is attractive here is politics and church. You need to dismantle it. And we're going to turn night vigil into night shifts so people can be productive. I go to church, I believe in God.
Yes.
But we cannot have people Monday to Friday be in church morning and night. No. If I go from here now to my house, the only signboard you see is signboard of churches. You go to the east, it's burials. That's not the country. If you go to any other country, you see products.
I mean, Peter Obi hit the nail on the head. Yes. If you go to other countries, you see products on billboards. Now you are seeing so many, church signposts and everything. I really, really enjoyed that comment. But he also came on that fight, which I want you to also discuss, about the fact that he mentioned it's my turn. Some people on Twitter. So people, let me take Daniel Rega's tweet. Daniel Rega said, Peter Obi should have criticized Tinubu's administration without bringing tribalism into it. That statement, it's our turn. he is a Yoruba man, shouldn't be coming from him. That was a very disappointing talk. A lot of people also campaigned and voted for him, that's Peter Obi, just because he's from the Southeast. Criticize the government, but don't bring ethnicity to it. I think that it was misconstrued.
That's a very misconstrued.
Yes.
I don't.
No, but that's the conversation.
No, I don't.
Misconstrued.
I think.
Misconstrued.
I don't rate that comment so highly. I rate it very pedestrian. What did Peter Obi say that is not true? Is President Tinubu not a Yoruba man? Is that not what they said during the election? Our local Yoruba local. Didn't they say that? Didn't people campaign for him not say that? When the people were putting tribalism into politics, they didn't know that time. He just repeated what they said when they were campaigning for him. That Yoruba local, our local. Am I not a Yoruba man? There was not bringing of any ethnicity into him. That was the president's slogan. And that was what he told his kingsmen, that Yoruba local is a Yoruba man. So there's no tribalism into it. You see, we are all suffering from the shege now. And we have seen the shege doesn't know tribal religion.
Renewed shege.
The renewed shege. So people that keep deceiving themselves. And what he said about what's it called, that's under fire for that, people are saying you shouldn't say night shift should be, night view should be turned into night shift. Peter Obi was 100% correct. So why are they attacking the man? He has just told you the truth. I was in Saudi. I didn't see any billboard advertising any big religious events. That country too is an Islamic country. But they are developing and growing their country. Their cities are not as in decrepit condition like ours. Look at our young people protesting, they are hungry. Yeah. Look at how the kids are hungry. So I was in Saudi, a Croatian told me a story, and I'll never forget that story. He said in 1978, when he was a young boy, he was very skinny. He said they used to abuse him with the word that say, you look like a child from Biafra. Today, if you see this picture that has gone viral around the world now, it's not another sad indication of that's an average Nigerian child. Do you know that the pictures of malnourished children out of Biafra, envelop everywhere in the world back in the days? Till today, we have not learned from it. So why are we deceiving ourselves? You see, when we turn religion around, look at all of our warehouses turned into religious centers because there's no productivity. There was a day, people used to go to night shift work in this country.
That's it.
They will work in the morning, work in there. There was economic fecundity in this country. Today is no longer there. Companies are leaving the country. Even we, the advertising sector. I was with an advertising doyen yesterday. People, no brands are not really advertising that much again. So even we, the media, we are losing revenue. The economic hardship and lack of productivity is affecting all of us.
That's it.
In this country, at a point, we used to have the likes of Brightex detergents. We used to have many other detergents and all of that. How many are advertising today?
Yeah.
That's just it. So companies are leaving. And it's not because only the multinationals have left. Some people are now trying to say there's divestment and all of that. See, the new companies that are buying the Itato companies are reducing salaries, are cutting jobs. Things are bad in the economy. What we need to do is to turn Nigeria to a productive economy.
That is it.
So there's nothing Peter Obi has said that is to production. There's nothing he has said. We should stop here. And the one that said he was talking tribalism, the Tinubu not say Yoruba local.
But the truth is that
the truth is always
poverty
different.
Really
it
know any tribe.
Shege metal doesn't know tribe.
Doesn't know any tribe. But by talking about productivity here, we'll take another story. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery has refuted claims by some oil marketers that the cost of petrol from the refinery is higher than that of imported petrol. In a statement on Sunday, the refinery countered claims by the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria that its ex-depot price of petrol is 990 naira per litre for trucks and 960 naira per litre for ships. The refinery said that these prices are benchmarked against international prices, and the amounts the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited sells to local marketers. Well, according to the refinery, any oil marketer that sells petrol cheaper than the price it offers is importing substandard products. Price. This is what we've been talking about since now. We now know the price of Dangote fuel. Hallelujah. We now know the price now.
That's all we wanted. Thanks to you, we buy an iron.
We've been pushing. Yes, we've been pushing.
Yes. And you know what? Even if his price is higher, he's in business. So it's thank God they've now told us the price. Yes. But all I'm trying to say is that before Dangote started getting his allocation of crude oil from NNPC, he was importing crude oil. So because of that, His price could have been higher. Even if it was, it's his personal business. He's not here to do philanthropy, to do charity, to do anything. But all we are saying is that let's just be transparent. Let's know the price. Now we know the price. Thank you, sir. We're very grateful. Now we can face the importers and know who's doing what, who's telling the truth. Now we know. Let everything just be out there. And I hope he will be releasing, because there's no set price with PMS. The price is shared every morning. So I do hope that on those lists that a trader friend of mine shared with me, where they advertise their prices daily, I hope his price will be there daily as well, so that all who are in the market can place their orders.
Please, 30 seconds.
Okay, the statement issued by Tony Cheji now, who is the chief brand officer and communications officer for Dangote, needs to be put in proper context for people to understand it. And here is the background. IPMAN, the Independent Petroleum Market Association of Nigeria, and Petrohan, the Petroleum Owners Association of Nigeria, they had said that they've had to be importing fuel because Dangote's fuel was more expensive than imported fuel. Now, that was specifically what the Dangote refinery was reacting to.
Yeah.
And the Dangote refinery was saying that, look, we sell for trucks at 960, or is it, no, for ships at 960, for trucks at 900 naira. And that the claims by IPMAN and Petrohan are not correct. And that if anybody says that lower the price that Dangote refinery sells, then it means that they are selling substandard products.
Yeah, that's what
That's the main point of that piece. Second point is that their own price that they have now disclosed is benchmarked to the rate at which NNPC Limited also sells. And at 3, the regulator, which is the more curious part of it, the NMDPRA, the Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Agency, has no laboratory to even check standards. So even if people are importing bad fuel, the regulator has no capacity. That's a very serious indictment of the NMDPRA that they need to look into. So these are the 3 key points in that statement. And I hope that everybody will get the point that Dangote has made about the integrity of the refinery's products, and to say that if you see some standard product, it's not coming from them. It's coming from IPMAN, Petrohan, and similar groups that are trying to sabotage Dangote refinery.
All right.
They made the final point that government has a responsibility to support domestic industry. And I think that's a brilliant point that Dangote refinery made.
Confirm now, according to Peter Obi, on what Rufai said, it's very simple. Peter Obi has been a campaigner of productivity against consumption. Now, when there is productivity, when people are productive, companies are working, and jobs are coming from different companies, people will not have much time to go and stay in church from morning till evening. He didn't say you should not go to church. You can go to church, but if you have something you are doing, you will not stay there for that long. Now, that one is by the way. On this issue of fuel price, Dangote and NNPC, another control body, have discovered something since this case has been going on between all these two. Anytime they push Dangote, he will drop one vital point. Anytime they push Dangote, he will leak one secret. Now he has said that a whole control body do not have the machine to check whether fuel is standard or substandard, which is very bad for a country as big as this country. But anyway, what am I going to say, Kwan? I will allow you to share your thoughts with me on the comment section. And of course, you know the vibe now. Click on that subscribe button, follow and share for more updates. Because like this, we